Chapter 398. After she was abandoned by her fiancé, Daniel, she became Sean's lover. Unexpectedly, Sean simply regarded her as a tool and plaything that he could just throw to Alan. Who would Alan push her to after he got tired of her then? At this time, she could not help but think of her cousin, Emma. Emma had never put so much thought into men. Moreover, Emma had never been in any relationship before and she married Alex without any hesitation at all. However, even though Alex was just a worthless piece of trash, he would never allow her to be insulted in this manner. In contrast, she might not necessarily be a winner. Alan hugged Olivia tightly in his arms as he said to Sean with a wry expression on his face, "Don't worry, Sean. I'll send you the medicine to restore your manhood as soon as we have fully gathered the prescription for the medication." "Fantastic," Sean replied with a smile. He was very relieved at this time. "I will wait for your good news with peace of mind, then." Alan nodded before he looked at the time on his watch. He felt very anxious and excited to spend time alone with Olivia. Therefore, he smiled at Sean before he said, "Sean, it's getting late. Why don't we call it a night, then?" Sean knew that Alan could not wait to spend the night together with Olivia. He could not help but feel a little envious at this time. However, he nodded in a generous manner before he smiled and said, "All right then. Let's call it a night. Both of you can leave first." After that, Sean looked at Olivia before he said, "Olivia, make sure that you satisfy and serve Mr. Baker well. Do you understand?" Olivia nodded and she could only say, "Yes, I understand." That night, Olivia became Alan's lover. Even though Olivia was deeply disgusted with spending the night with a different man, Alan was very amazed and pleased with her performance. That night, Alan felt as though he had found his youth again because of Olivia. Therefore, after having sexual intercourse with Olivia, Alan hugged her before he said, "Olivia, you no longer need to accompany that old man, Sean, anymore. You should just follow me and stay by my side in a steadfast manner and I'll make sure you lead a good life." Olivia finally felt a little better after listening to Alan's words. If Alan could provide her with a better life, then it would not be a bad idea for her to stick by his side. After all, even though he was not as rich as Sean, he was much younger than Sean. Moreover, Alan did not seem like the kind of man who would casually give her away to someone else. Early the next morning, news of the disappearance of the father and son from the Warner family continued festering. At this time, the Warner family had already raised the cash reward to $20 million. Many of the young men and punks on the street were all looking for the father and son because they were all hoping to get rich overnight. However, it was a pity that the father and son had already been wiped out from the face of the earth. After having her breakfast, Emma went to the studio and Trump went for his Antique Association meeting because he had been spending some time studying antiques with some of the masters there recently. As for Elaine, even though she was almost frightened to death yesterday, she had already put on heavy makeup to play mahjong today. Alex was home alone and he was mopping the floor when he suddenly received a phone call from Faria, the eldest daughter of the Adair family. Alex answered the phone as he continued mopping the floor. Faria's gentle voice sounded over the phone and she asked in a respectful manner, "Mr. Anderson, are you at home now?" "Yes," Alex then asked out of curiosity, "Are you looking for me?"